Head coach Jordi Fernandez on this Thursday. Of course, Coach is on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Coach, De'Aaron Fox spoke with Jason Anderson last night of the Sacramento Bee, said he's dealing with a foot bruise, says it's pain tolerance and management. I just wanted to ask you as a coach, what's the communication process like between the staff and the player when an injury like this happens? Like, how much is it in the player's hands whether or not he plays?
Well, you know the NBA, right? So everybody plays with bumps and bruises. We're not doctors. We trust our medical staff. We trust our players. So if the case is that if he needs rest, we'll do what's best for him, but also what's best for the team. So, like the number one thing is right now we haven't been told is an injury that we should worry about. And as I said, we'll do whatever it takes for him to be 100%.
Is De'Aaron one of those guys, and whether it's practice or his minutes during games, where he wants to go full go regardless of whatever is going on with him physically?
Correct. So he's done it from the beginning, the whole summer, actually. He's been working really, really hard. And that's the reason why he started the season the way he did, right? Like being our main offensive power, played on both ends of the floor. His speed, he really obviously needs his foot, right? So, like you said, he's not going to go 50%. He wants to go full go. So that's the reason, Ryan, he's debating with all this situation.
Jordi Fernandez is with us here on Cattles and Rami, Sactown Sports. Coach, one more about De'Aaron. Has the staff discussed maybe sitting him down? Have you guys been close to sitting him down at any point over the last couple of weeks?
Well, that would be more a question for Coach Brown. But once again, our number one rule here is we'll do what's best for the team, and we'll do what's best for De'Aaron Fox for him to stay healthy. And as you know, 82 games come really fast. There's always bumps, bruises in this league. And sometimes if you have to take a little bit of rest to go back to 100%, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Let's talk about something more positive. And there's a lot positive to talk about when it comes to the Kings. And last night I thought was really, and he's been on the uptick for a minute, but a really good night for Keegan Murray in terms of the types of plays that he made out there, ripping the ball out of Giannis's hands, a three and a dunk, both of which really sparked the momentum for you guys in runs that you made. Did you feel like Keegan Murray, either last night or recently over the last few games, has been breaking through a wall after a slow start?
Yeah, I think he's learning the league. I think he's every game he plays, he's more comfortable on both ends of the floor. He's cutting, being in the right spot, but also being ready to shoot. Like yesterday, he was pretty efficient. He was 3 for 6 from three, scored 15 points, rebounded the ball, I think, fairly well. We did it as a team, but he always helps with his length. So Keegan has been great. As you know, as a rookie, he's really young. He'll have some up and downs, but the kid works. The kid is a pro, so he is a big part of our future.
Associate head coach of the Kings, Jordi Fernandez, is with us on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Speaking of the game last night, Coach Brown said in the postgame that he felt like Milwaukee dictated how the game was played. What were some things that you thought you guys could have done better to not allow that to happen?
Our physicality from the beginning of the game, I think Drew Holiday was too comfortable. Obviously, we know that Giannis is Giannis, but Drew, he had an easy plays to start the game, and then he scored 31 on us. Obviously, physicality also means rebounding. We didn't box out. They grabbed 17 offensive rebounds for 25 points, so we were not good enough finishing possessions, and that cost us the game.
Was the pace of the game? It seemed like it was more the Bucks' pace than it was the Kings' pace in last night's game. Did you feel like that was part of that physicality that dictated that?
I think they're the number one defense in the NBA. What they do is they defend the rim and they defend the three. We started being very decisive and being ready to shoot. And actually, every time we touched the paint, we were open and we let it fly and the ball went in. At times, we had 0 pass, 1 pass possessions, and that's never a good sign. So it's just good experience for our guys to play against this type of team, and we have to learn from it. We play well at times, but we were not good enough, and you can tell they are a championship contender.
Kings associate head coach Jordi Fernandez with us here, Cattles and Rami, Sactown Sports. Coach, nobody can really shut down Giannis, right? I mean, he's just too good. But how do you try to limit him? And do you think you guys did at least a decent job of doing that before the fourth quarter when he really took over?
I think we did a good job loading to him. Obviously, you can get better. A lot of our guys are young, so they haven't experienced that yet, and they don't know what it is to have that train coming at you full speed. Obviously, things that we could improve with packing the paint a little bit more and making him pass. And also when he was ducking our guys in transition, just being physical and meeting him early without the ball. So there's room to improve. I think we were okay, but we could have been better.
It probably took a step back last night, but for a stretch there, and the defensive efficiency rankings would show it too, the defense was improving and on an uptick for the Kings. What do you think was behind that? Was that you guys changing some things around, or was that guys finally grasping and coming together with what Coach Brown and the rest of you have been preaching?
Yeah, I think it's been trusting the process. We've been really good at limiting the three and rebounding, but we struggle at defending the three when teams were shooting. That percentage was really high. As you know, in the NBA, the number of threes also matters.
Right.
And we also struggle at guarding the rim. And in the last two games, our rim protection was really good. Guys have been buying into leading with their chest, defending without fouling, go with rule of verticality. And I think you can see the results. It was for a couple of games. Obviously, yesterday was not the same story, but I think we're taking steps towards the right direction.
Jordi Fernandez with us. Just a couple more for you, Coach. Domas showing off some range. I know DC's been working with him in his shot. He looked more comfortable last night from mid-range, Coach. Is the staff, are you guys okay with him taking as many of those as he'd like, or do you want him at times to make sure teams feel his presence in the paint?
I think there can be a happy medium right there.
Yeah.
Domas is great in the paint. He's very physical, and he's a great playmaker. And now you add that he's shooting with confidence. Everything DC's done with him has been amazing. And now the shots are going in. So he's going to be really hard to guard. Like if he makes a couple of shots and then he has the impact that he has in the paint. So I think he's been huge for us. He's a pro and he always produces. So we're very happy with Domas.
Do you continue to be surprised by Malik Monk? Because I continue to be surprised by Malik. He started off so hot. You almost expect him to come back down to earth a little bit, and that just hasn't happened yet.
Nah, Malik is electrifying. That's what he does. He brings that energy from the bench, and he's ready to go. As you know, we think he should be the sixth man of the year. So. We believe he's going to continue to do that, and he's going to be huge for the Kings.
Coach Jordi Fernandez with us. Coach, there was a possession last night that really stood out to me. Multiple guys hit the floor, including De'Aaron Fox with the injury issues and the way he's been feeling. Loose ball, multiple guys hit the deck, try to grab that ball. You come up with it. Does that kind of possession tell you as a coach that the culture you're trying to set is headed in the right direction?
I mean, I hope so. What you described is a team that fights and competes. And I think we've been doing that. We can be better and we will get better. But I think we're in the right direction, as I said before. And possessions like that are, they tell you. And whether you win or you lose, when you fight, you can live with it.
I know what the end result was, and the last half of the fourth quarter wasn't pretty, and probably for 4 quarters. It wasn't what Coach Brown and the rest of the staff necessarily wants, especially defensively. But I thought for 3.5 quarters last night, the Kings went toe-to-toe with, as you said, clearly a championship contender. Are there any moral victories in this game, or is a loss, Coach?
No, the victory here is we watch film, we practice, we own it, we learn from it, we worked at it, and now tomorrow there's another one coming. Right? It's the beauty of the NBA.
Last one for you, Jordi. I have to ask you, how do you feel about the beam? Are you a fan of lighting the beam?
I am a fan because everybody seems so excited. At the beginning, I didn't even know what a beam was. English is not my number one language, but I am very excited with the beam. It's something unique. I think something that brings all the Kings fans and players together, and we feel like we all are building this. So the beam is amazing.
Coach, good luck, good health during this trip. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, there goes associate head coach Jordi Fernandez. Of course, he was on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop